you guys set out to the waters, and you acclimate to being on a ship pretty well. Chael shows you the ropes, um, and being deckhands isn't really all that complicated. Um, you take turns either taking a lookout to make sure that, uh, given what limited visibility is out on the waters, but just to make sure that A, um, you don't accidentally run aground on some like Leviathan that's only like mostly submerged, or B, you don't run into another ship in the fleet. Um, there are positions where you have to help work the sails, make sure you're keeping up speed with the rest of the fleet so you don't go too fast or go too slow. And then basically weapon maintenance. So you're shown the ropes of all of the general equipment. And since you did get a 6, you end up getting fully trained on the equipment that their ship has. Um, so what they have is they've got some they've got a bunch of like harpoons that they use, very basic stuff, just to fire into the side of the Leviathan and try to keep the ship tethered to it. They have extra harpoons at the ready and a bunch of like uh, large, I guess, blades, so that when they need to disembark, they can just cut the ropes and be on their way. So that's for like on the ship, and then for the people who disembark and actually get onto the Leviathan itself, you have like they're super cheesy, but they're like these backpacks that are basically giant like barrels, and it goes out to like it's this giant like spear or needle thing, but it's more or less a giant syringe that you like stab into, and once if you're able to pierce the flesh, then it drip feeds into this hose that goes up into the backpack, and you just fill up on blood that way.
Oh, weird.
There are a couple people who have like much like what are they? Like like apple cores?
The yes.
Yes. So it's basically that, but on a much larger scale, with like really sharp teeth at the end. So they just like try and stab it in and basically make like a giant hole. And then they have these like I guess like other barrels that they bring along, and they fill those up. So you're taught the ins and outs of those, and um, how you're not meant to fill it all the way because it ruins your center of balance. And if you if you fall over while you have like a full backpack on, then that basically like ruins that whole section of the Leviathan for everyone, because the blood is like super slick and people are prone to like tripping and falling, and that could easily just send like a whole handful of sailors um, to their feet, and that would get rid of a whole barrel's worth of blood. So you're only supposed to fill it like 3/4 of the way, and then you make it back to the ship and swap your backpacks out. If you got the apple core thing, you have to go down like a certain distance and make sure you pierce the flesh so that deep enough so that you can get a good blood flow going. Um, but yeah, they train you on basically everything that you need to know, and you guys retain everything. Um,
Because we're super smart and have huge brains.
yes, you are all super big brained. Um, and So far, the journey is pretty uneventful for the most part. Um, the people up in the crow's nests are sending signals back and forth between each other. The what looks to be like the lead ship is leading everyone in a very specific path. You pass by not so as you get further and further out, um, it's very difficult to uh like keep track of where you are and because it's not like there are many land masses out there. There is like the light from the lighthouse behind you, but that's very quickly becoming fainter and fainter. What you do notice as you keep going though is uh basically corpses. These huge like hulls and land masses of like dead and fully drained leviathans. Um, it's just like rotting flesh and like giant bones that are just sticking up out of the water where all of the flesh has just completely peeled off. And you do come across a couple shipwrecks as well. There are some like uh completely like torn in half. Um, you can see even there's like one specific landmass that you come by that it turns out it's actually it's a dead leviathan, but it looks like the ship that had latched onto it, they weren't able to break free in time, and so it's got all of these chains that lead onto like half of a ship, and you can see that the front half of the ship is just completely gone. So like they weren't able to get away in time before the Leviathan started like thrashing around and completely split the ship in half.
Fear.
Beautiful scenery.
Yes.
That's
Um
what I wanted for business trip.
it's
This is a
This is a
vacation.
wonderful vacation spot.
yes. It's thoroughly terrifying. Most
Excellent.
most of the crew seems pretty good with it. There are a couple folks who are very pointedly like staying
Not
like
looking.
yeah, they're not looking at all. They
I
are
am not looking.
they're staring at the deck. They're like very furiously scrubbing at like dirt that's not there. Um People who are like trying to hide below decks, they're like being sent up to keep working. Um but overall things go as well as they could for sailing out in this extremely scary scenery. But eventually, you do come to a point where uh, you notice that the ship in front um, suddenly um, it seems like everyone on deck starts holding up a lamp, and shouts begin to start coming from that ship, and it starts to echo down from each ship to each ship, and it gets to you, and you hear that everyone is calling out that they've found something. They found a couple leviathans actually, and so they're all frantically getting to their positions. Um, the fleet sort of breaks up into, I'd say, into like three little groups, and one group heads to the left, one group heads to the right. You can see off in the distance there's this very like large shadowy mass just barely poking up from out of the water that's the one part of the fleet heads off to. The other one, you can see this what almost looks like a giant squid head just poking up from out of the water. It almost looks like an iceberg. Um, and then your section of the fleet heads forward, and there's this. It's it's very long, very wide. There's there's a singular, like very tall, thin fin of some sort. It looks like a shark fin almost that comes out from the center, and it's just bobbing there in the water. And so the ships in your fleet begin to surround this thing, and we will get started here. So let me set up some clocks.
I am looking forward to these clocks not being escape or guards.
Yes, for once, right? Um,
Well, we might need that escape one if it wakes up. we gotta dip.
I'll this for later. So there's just the one. Leviathan is sleeping. It will eventually wake up when the clock fills.
Not if we give it NyQuil.
You guys are free to do whatever you wish.
Not dying.
Ideally.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Who wants to go first? No one. Okay. Okay, so do we all want to start? Do we all want to
We're
go, or...
on the boat right now.
Has
You
the
are-
has the thing been harpooned already? Or whatever?
No. So you've all gotten like, so your little section of the fleet, all of your ships have begun to like surround this thing. You're not harpooned to it yet. So to start off, someone's gonna have to shoot a harpoon into this, and then from there you can decide if you guys want to stay on the ship and continue to like maintain like connection so that guys can disembark, or if some of you want to get off and actually start trying to harvest this thing. But the first course of action will be for you guys to harpoon it.
Okay,
I
so
guess
who wants
I
to?
can-
Who wants to stay on the ship?
I'll probably stay on the ship.
Okay.
Just,
I suppose
I
I can use
guess.
hunt to like try to find a good place to harpoon the thing. Like a what's the word? Like a good sturdy spot. I don't know.
Go for it.
Alrighty.
So since you rolled a 6 on your engagement, we'll say that you guys start off in control. And since you're using ship equipment, this will be standard. So controlled standard.
We are fancy tonight. We have ship equipment.
Yes. 2, 4, 5. All right. So you are able to. So you get up to the side of the boat. You man one of these harpoons. A couple other crew members go forth and take up some of the other harpoons too. You all fire it off, and the ship now seems to be pretty steadily connected to the Leviathan. But let's see, since this is a 5 complication, we'll say that even from on the ship and from this distance, even you don't even get a full glimpse of this like monstrosity before you, but just the sight of it, and after having sailed this far out into open water, you're pretty decently spooked, and you're starting to get freaked out. So I'll say you take 1 stress from harpooning this thing.
The fear.
Yes,
I'm
the
already at
fear.
3.
The fear is getting to you. So if you guys wish to disembark,
We wish
Yeah.
to disembark.
So
Yeah. Is Nico the only one staying on the ship?
I mean, I guess that's fine. If not, I'm not gonna be doing anything, so I guess I'll just go.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like I'd go too since I can do ghost things. Yeah,
Nico
I
will
guess.
just cover you guys.
Okay, so the 3 of us will jump in
okay.
okay.
with our big dumb backpacks.
Yes, your syringe backpacks. All right, who wants to take the first stab at it?
Okay, so remind me, do we need to do like the auger thing first, or can we just go in and stab?
You can. It depends on which equipment you take, but you can just go in and stab if you want.
Okay,
It's just
I guess
different
I'll.
methods, basically.
Okay, I guess I'll go in and stab it. Can I
Okay.
skirmish for that?
Yeah.
Because I'm stabbing.
Because you are stabbing.
Do I can use my ghost fighter thing for this? Gain
Uh,
potency in combat versus the supernatural.
Yeah. So I'll say, since you're using equipment and you're using your thing, I'll give you a great effect.
Great.
So
Well,
risky
yes.
greats.
Great. Okay. Submit. Let's go. 6.
Perfect. All right. Actually, I feel like I should have a secondary clock for this.
The siphoning. The gurgies. We get
the
some
gurgles.
sippies.
Let's see. I guess this will be like how much stuff you get. This one. And just for fun. Okay. So 6, and that's great. So that's 2 ticks on this guy.
Let's see. Well, I don't really have anything. So I guess I brought a rifle along and I shoot it
Okay.
Just like that?
like that. And I guess that's gonna be a hunt. I mean, I have a 0 in hunt and a 0 in skirmish, so it really doesn't matter. That's
This is fine.
controlled, risky.
So risky. You're using your rifle, so that's standard. So risky standard. 2 and a 5. All right. So you fire off your rifle, and you manage to actually pierce the thick skin of this this beast. And
Take the two.
there's
Yeah,
this.
he got
You're.
a 2,
I was gonna
right?
say you're Virgil. You're
He's
not
Virgil, not.
Windsor.
Yeah,
Oh, you're yeah.
yeah. So I take the 2.
Huh. Okay, well that's a
That's a
that's a
nothing.
That's
failure.
bad.
Yeah, that's very bad. So you shoot and you don't actually pierce. Your bullet like it hits, but you don't actually penetrate the skin. It sort of like shakes a little from the impact, but not much. And suddenly you feel um the the ground, air quotes, beneath you begins to shudder a little bit, and the Leviathan clock up a tick.
Oh, great.
Okay, then I'm gonna roll a thing for the captain.
Have we
Um,
managed at all to successfully extract some blood?
Yeah, we
I've
got
gotten some
2
juice.
ticks.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and this
So we're
one
not
is
totally
also gonna go up
hopeless.
by 1.
Can I? Are we? Where are we? Are we in the boat? Did we like?
I think the 3 of us have jumped
we
onto the
left, right?
dude.
So we're already on the
Yeah.
Yes,
on the
you are
not
all
whale.
on the yes, the not whale.
Can I like take my time to I don't know look around and use study to see if I can find like the best place to try to
To try and stab this
stab
thing.
this thing?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so that's risky standard.
Risky.
Desperate
Yeah, standard.
control?
It's just study. You're not actually trying to pierce it yet, so. Ooh,
Motherfucker.
Boy.
yikes.
Wow.
Okay. So,
Wow. Holy fuck.
getting on top of this thing, you start to look around and
Oh.
you are just completely freaked out by the fact that you're standing on like it didn't really it didn't you weren't really worried about it um while you were on the ship and like sailing here, but now that you've gotten here and you're on top of the thing, it hits you like just how big a Leviathan is and how like tiny you are in comparison,
Shit.
and it just completely freaks you out, and you're gonna take 1 stress.
I'm like looking around and I just see like it goes on and on for
Yes.
a very long distance, and then I try to touch it and it's like gross.
It's like warm and alive.
Yeah, like I cannot decide where to stab it. Well, that maybe maybe you should do it again. You I feel like you got the hang of this. I
You
can help you.
You good there? You look a little.
It's just
Your
my-
eyes are like bugging out right now. It's crazy shit.
no. That's no. I'm not.
Okay,
I may
Well,
need to throw up.
that's fine. Just over there, maybe. I'm sure it
Yeah.
won't care if you barf on it. It's like really big.
I probably won't even notice.
Yeah.
You know what? If you want to do it, I'll just help you out. I can
Okay.
let you.
Yeah.
ahead,
Okay. Great.
as long
Awesome.
as I don't have to touch it.
You are standing on it though. Not to make things worse, but.
Why? Listen,
Not to make you think about it.
Just look down. Just look up.
you know what?
Just not at
I'll
this
hold
thing.
I will hold your backpack.
Okay. Great. Just look at the lighthouse, very far away.
Yeah, sure.
That tiny speck of light in the distance.
Okay. I guess I'll take another sip.
Okay.
I will help you.
Okay. Do I get all my same
Yes.
things again? Okay.
Yes.
So risky, great.
Risky great.
with the extra die from Holtz, right?
Yeah, if you want to use it
Because
as
you're
an extra
helping
die.
out. Yeah, sure. Let's do it. That's a super crit.
Nice. That's a crit. Yeah.
Let's go.
So
Yo, Iota loves these things.
yeah, you're doing great. You are really getting into the swing of things, and your feet, it's you haven't, like you mentioned, you missed the major engagements that the Black Sheep previously had with supernatural figures, but surprisingly, for your first encounter, you're doing very well. Not besides the fact that this thing is so large that you couldn't really miss even if you tried, but you are finding the right angles and you're stabbing just deep enough to drain the blood, and before you know it, your tank is properly filled. So you've got one tank.
Sweet.
So,
You're doing great.
Thank you. This is kind of not to like, but it's kind of rules. I don't know why I'm not a Leviathan hunter. This is the best.
all right. So you'll run that back, and Chael actually gives you a thumbs up as he grabs your backpack and gives you a new one. You can see in the background the captain is taking count of all of the hunters that are going back and forth. He is marking down in his journal a tally of all of the backpacks that are coming in full, and he looks over at you and has a surprised look on his face, but nods very acceptingly and adds a tally to his journal. And we're gonna take this. Well, that's definitely not
Rolling
what I wanted
token. Roll that token.
to do. We gotta tick to that. All right.
Is that a tick to something we can't see or something we can?
This is the captain making mental notes as to when he feels like he's collected enough to want to leave.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So it's his judgment versus how much the Leviathan is acting, basically, and also how much everyone else brings back. Who else would like to take a shot?
Someone
Well,
wanna give it a stab or something?
I
Or,
mean, it went really badly last time, but you know what Holtz is seeing that you're doing it just so easily thinks, okay, maybe you know what, I can do this. I'm gonna try it again.
you need a hand? I can give you a hand.
Yeah, okay. Yes, please.
I will help you.
Okay, I will. I guess I'll use finesse for this one.
Also, actually, Haltz and Iota have 2 ticks on their relationship clock.
Oh yeah, so I can super help
So
you.
you're gonna get
Extra, one
I'm
extra. Right?
yes. So it's 2 stress to help. I'm assuming Holtz used the free help thing last time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so for this go around, Iota, you take 2 stress for this help, and then Holtz, you can take plus 2d if you want, or you can do controlled or great, or both, or however you want to divide that up.
Okay, I guess I'll take like 1D and go for control just in case I
Okay.
fuck up.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay.
There you go.
1-5. Okay. That's good. So with Iota giving you some pointers, like, okay, I stabbed here and I managed to get through. So hold your syringe in this way and push it in like this, and hopefully it should work. And with Iota's assistance, you're able to pierce the skin, and you gurgle up some of your own Leviathan blood.
Well, this is still disgusting, but I think I'm getting the hang of it. Maybe.
Yeah, you got it. It's not hard once you figure it out, says the beginner.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't start moving, we're all fine.
A bunch of other crew around you are also making some progress, but as this goes on, you feel the Leviathan sort of shudder beneath you again, as it seems to be kind of annoyed at all of this poking.
Hold, stop talking about it being awake. You're gonna make it actually be awake.
Okay, yeah, fine, I get it. Virgil, how you doing? You doing okay?
Well, the shooting thing is not really working out.
Why don't you use stab your syringe in it, or maybe like use the apple core thing?
I could try that. Yeah, let me try that. The apple core, and I try to. Yeah, I try to. I'm gonna finesse. Seems like
Okay.
a finesse. Risky.
Risky standard?
Oh wait, I will help you while you're
Okay.
doing that.
+1.
I think
Still not great.
I mean,
4,
At
2.
least you
It's
succeeded.
still,
Yeah, 4 is still a
success.
success. So that's good. Oh wait, I forgot to fill your tank clock. That's tick for Holtz and no tick for Virgil. So seeing Iota do some work, and now Holtz is able to do it, decide to pass on the weapon attempts and just go in for a nice quick stab. And it seems that you're able to find a nice soft spot, and the needle goes in very, very easily. You're able to drain some blood your tank.
See, if Holtz can do it, then you can do it.
I'll take it as a compliment.
The Leviathan continues to shake. Captain makes no adjustments. Right. Another shot.
Yeah, I could give it a whirl. Let me do some more stabby and then sucky.
Okay.
Don't like that I said that at all.
Don't say that.
more gurgies.
I'm giving my slurps. Yeah, okay. I will just do my thing. Risky, great, right?
Yes.
For my skirmish.
Yes.
Go. No bonus die. Go. Okay.
263. All right. So Iota's really finding all of the sweet spots where, like you stick your needle in and the blood is just gushing out, and so you're easily able to fill another tank, another backpack. So you run back over to the ship and swap backpacks out again. Nico is like has to do a double take because you had like just left with a fresh backpack, and suddenly you're back for more.
They just call down to Iota like, "Good job! You're doing a great job out there.
Thanks. This is fun.
You look at home here."
Thanks. I love standing on giant things that are warm and taking their blood.
Even the captain does a double take as they see you drop your backpack off and take another one. They take a quick tally, and they call out to the start calling out to the crew, and you hear all of the crew on that are on the ship begin to call out to the people who are on the Leviathan. They're like, last call, stocks are getting filled up. Everyone, just take one last shot, and we're gonna get ready to take off after this. So you guys probably have 1 or 2 more attempts before the captain thinks it's you're full up on blood and good to go.
You guys want to try again? You seem like you're getting the hang of it.
Yeah, I guess we could.
Oh, I'll keep watch.
Okay.
Pulse is still looking like kind of a little green.
Seriously, if you puke, you'll feel better afterwards.
I
Like,
don't want
if
to
you
puke on this thing.
if you just do it now, you'll be fine.
Just get on with it, and then I'm fine.
I usually black out after I puke, so
Are you like okay? Like genuinely?
I think the general response to that will be probably not.
I don't see why it matters.
I mean, have you seen him?
That's true. You look like shit most of the time.
Well, I mean, the new dealer isn't really as great.
Oh, you're not getting the good cocaine.
The good stuff.
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure it's cocaine, but it's doing something.
Ugh.
Growing pains.
Well,
Gotta get used to it.
I think maybe you should have asked Luz. I hear she has some contacts, but I'm not sure she's gonna actually indulge.
Do you know anyone that has a cocaine swimming pool? I've been trying to find one of those.
Why would anyone? What?
Why would you? Aren't you just supposed to start it? You don't want to get like in all of your holes. Like just the.
Thank you for the beautiful imagery.
You're welcome.
I just feel like that sounds so uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Anyway,
like
you
is it wet?
wait? And how do you let multiple people go in there? Like that sounds disgusting.
Yeah, like okay, hang on. Out of all the
Okay,
people who go in there, why is it you? Your body is getting all over the coke.
Well, guys,
Do you
we're on
shower?
a job. Why are we discussing my personal hygiene?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Exactly.
Personal hygiene.
Yeah,
Anyway,
or lack thereof. Yeah, let's take another sip before we continue to have a really long conversation about
you
Virgil.
know what? Now that I feel like that puts the whole thing into perspective. I no longer feel that crossed out by that, and I just like gesture at the not whale. You know what? This is not that bad.
Yeah, see, you just gotta get used to it. You just gotta relax, be casual about it, and then stab it and take its blood.
Right. So, are we doing it again, or should we just start going back?
We can probably get one more tank if we do a real good job.
All right. I'll help you out this time.
Okay.
I think I got the hang of it.
Okay. I guess I'll find a new place to stab, or I'll keep the same stabbing place and I'll suck once more.
Go for it.
Okay, you're helping me out. So, I get 2 then, right? Because we're pals.
Is this still a free help, or is this a?
Oh yeah, true.
Are you spending stress on this help?
Wait, what?
You.
Is this
Yes.
a free help
Are you helping?
or
I didn't. Oh no,
are you
I
using
took the
stress?
stress.
Okay,
Okay, it's 2.
2 stress. Okay, yeah. So plus 2.
Great. I will
things.
I will make it controlled, and then I will give myself a die.
Okay.
Submit. Oh.
Let's go.
It had to happen eventually, guys.
You are Leviathan Hunter.
Your connection to the server has been interrupted. Please.
Yeah, mine's like that too.
Yeah,
Was
same.
that everyone? Okay, I thought it was just me.
There, now it's gone.
Okay, yeah. What? Why?
What? Wait, it says
What the fuck?
it didn't change. It's still the 2232. Make me cry.
Oof. That's a bad one.
It's not great.
Yeah.
I got sidetracked talking about Virgil's stank.
Yeah. All right. So, you seem to have
Poor
found a rhythm, and you taking the same motions. You just stab your syringe in, but as you do, you hit something hard.
Ugh.
It's not the soft, squishy flesh that you've been piercing through in your last few. You hit a bone or something, and this.
Not a
You
bone.
hear this sound coming from under the water, and suddenly, you hear the captain yelling from on board, "Everyone, we need to get out of here now!" The Leviathan has awoken,
Oopsie.
and the ground starts to shake. Well, ground, air quotes, uh, begins to shake, and everyone starts to lose their footing. It is time to get out of here.
Let's go.
Let's sleep.
My bad.
Fine.
All right. So, time for the fun part.
Oh, great.
Do we get another escape clock?
Yeah,
Before we
you
die.
do.
Escape the whale. I will never not call it a whale. Too late.
So, it's um rather than escape, it's more that.
Oh,
And
we get taken with it.
that's
The consumer.
gonna fill this up. This up. Okay. You guys managed to get 2 tanks. All right, we've got quasi-conflicting clocks. All right. The the Leviathan begins to shake and rumble. You guys are frantically trying to get back onto the ship. What are you guys doing?
Running?
Fast.
Yeah. Book it.
Okay. Let's see. I guess
What do we roll for running?
roll
I
to
think
run.
prowl, I
Prowl,
think, includes
probably?
running. Yeah.
Do you guys want to do
Oh,
a
yeah.
group prowl check?
Might not be a bad idea. I only have 1 point in it, so
Same.
I got some points in Prowl, don't I?
try my best.
Do you? How much?
No, you
Maybe.
don't.
No, I don't.
Okay. I have a
Yikes.
1, but I have. How are we doing on stress?
I've got 2 right now.
I'm at 5.
0.
I'm at 5.
Oh Jesus. Okay. So Virgil, do you want to lead this one? We
Yeah,
running?
sure. Yeah.
Okay. Everyone roll your prowl.
Are we risky?
This will be
Standard?
risky standard.
Okay.
Hey.
There you
Ooh.
go.
Well, there's one,
That's-
but we got 1 success.
That's your 1 victory. Um,
There we go.
nice.
Oh,
2
God.
victories. Okay.
Why
So
now? I mean, not that I'm complaining, but
yeah. So Virgil, you get 1 stress for this. So everyone makes it on board.
if the
The
people in a group check roll a 6, is it a crit?
2 6s. Do we crit?
I don't think it works like that. It has to be 2 of the same
mean, yeah.
roll.
I figured.
Dang.
But yeah, the captain is yelling out orders to everyone. You have to you all have to break off the harpoons and try to get away before the Leviathan starts wrecking the ship. You can hear yelling coming from not just your ship, but all of the other ships from your section of the fleet that has this thing surrounded. As it starts moving, you can see all of the rope and chains from each ship's like harpoons begin to get hugged in one direction or another as it starts to move, and some of the ships are being like pulled in close, and the others are being like flung off to the side. There are a couple in the distance that you see that start like grinding up against each other, and you can hear the like high pitched squeal of the ships grinding up against each other.
Front row. So we need to get our harpoons out.
Yes.
Yeah, Nico? I think you're our harpoon.
Okay.
So are they just like retractable, or like do we have to like destroy them, or?
So basically they have like these huge like swords, blades, stuff like by all of the harpoons, and you have to like chop the rope. The ones
Okay.
that are done by chain, you would either have to completely dislodge the chain from the thing and just let it fall, or find a way to like cut the chain. The ones that are by chain are like much less. There are a lot fewer of those. Most of them are by rope, so you can easily just find a couple and try to chop the ropes up.
Can I like shoot the rope?
You can certainly try.
Sure, why not? I'll try. I'll try to shoot the rope
Okay,
with pistols.
go for it.
What is this? Risky?
Yes, risky standard. Are you? Let's see. You're declaring your pistols, right? So risky, great,
Yeah. Yeah, fine pistols.
amazing.
How many is it to push yourself again?
2.
So
Two.
if you're pushing yourself, it's 2 stress. Yes.
I have 3. Sure, why not? Risky, great. 1 extra dice.
Nice. That's a success.
Here you
Okay.
go.
All right. So you're actually able to let's see. This is a pair of pistols, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you've got 2 guns. So you're able to cut off two harpoons, pretty easily, without any what's it called?
Oh, theoretically, since I push myself, I can use this thing. So I could do a barrage of fire on the harpoons.
Fire, amazing. So yeah, you probably get more than two then. So you find a bunch of harpoons that are like all on the same side, that like they're on the farther end of the ship, so some of the crew haven't gotten there yet. So as you're running over, you just like line up the shots, get the ropes all lined up, and you just fire off all the rounds in your pistol.
Basically, just like completely unload both pistols. Into
Yes. And it's like in those cartoons where someone's like hanging by a rope, and the rope starts to fray. You just see all of the ropes just like fray up, and then the weight of the ship like pulling back just snaps them all. And
Nice.
a decent group of harpoons just break free. The rest of the crew all basically pack up and break off the rest of the harpoons. So the your specific ship is free. We will. It's a success, so we will take this clock. Your ship begins to start making some distance. Most of the other ships do as well, but you start to notice that a couple of the ships are falling behind. They weren't able to get all of their connections broken, or some of them happen to be on the wrong side of the Leviathan as it begins to awaken, and it like crashes into them. You hear some screams as like one ship starts to sink. You can see as this Leviathan begins to move, and the waves begin to crash up against your boat. You see, this is basically, it's this giant, it's this creepy like whale octopus hybrid, where it's got this huge flat back of a whale, but it's like its fins, instead of being just regular like fins and a tail, it gets it's like super thin, and it branches off into all of these like tentacles.
Yeah, hell
And
yeah.
so these really sharp Leviathan tentacles just start coming up from out of the water and begin like flailing all over the place. Yeah, basically. But instead of a sharktopus, it's a whale-topus.
Whale-topus?
Yes.
Thing.
Yeah, whale squid, more or less. All right. So basically, now this is more or less like a chase situation. Your ship and the rest of your section of the fleet are trying to make distance, get away. You can basically either choose to try and attack the Leviathan to encourage it to like run away.
To leave us alone.
Yeah, or you can help basically do like deckhand stuff and try and help the ship like speed up and get away faster.
Let's see. I can't really do any distance combat. So I guess I can help the ship go faster.
You can run over to like the sails and help pull the sails in one direction or another.
Yeah, I think I can do that. Can I brawl or wrestle with the sail ropes?
With the ropes, yeah. I'd
Okay, I'm
say
gonna do-
because of how hectic the waters have gotten now that the Leviathan has awoken, you definitely have to struggle to get the ropes in control.
Sweet.
So
I will skirmish with the ropes
with the
then.
ropes. There you go.
This is still risky standard
Yeah,
because I'm not
risky
using any
standard.
of the junk. I don't think I can use any stuff for this because I'm just brute forcing a bunch of ropes. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Got 3. I probably don't need to push myself. Let's go. Okay, 5.
5. Yeah, it's a success. You managed to grapple the ropes. Basically, you get it under control. You tie it around the main mast. One of the other crew members yells at you to pull this way, and can as you pull, you notice that the mast starts tilting in one direction, and a gust of wind comes in, and you're able to speed off slightly. We will make some distance between you and the Leviathan. But as you do, the Leviathan lets out this huge roar, and it's very creepy because it's like yelling from underwater. So it doesn't sound like anything you've heard before. It's very almost like ethereal sounding as the echoes come in from under the water. So you will take 1 stress as the Leviathan freaks you out.
Okay.
Um,
Wow, guys, I hate sounds. That was bad.
The Leviathan is not my friend anymore.
Yeah.
I like your blood, but I don't like you. Goodbye.
you
I
you
don't
start
like it when you move.
you start to notice that the other fleets by the other Leviathans, they have also very quickly started to pack up. The first one that went over to the very wide looking thing, it turns out that was a giant a manta ray, basically.
Oh hell yeah.
So it's lifted up its sides, and as it slams down, you see this huge tidal wave appear, and half of that fleet just gets sunk. And then over by the the large giant squid, you see its tentacles come flailing up, and it's got a ship wrapped up in one tentacle, and then the other tentacle has tied. It's gotten itself tangled in the mast of this other ship, and it just flings it off in one other direction. And it just
I
goes
do not like
flying
this
through the
job
air.
anymore. I'm gonna complain to Luz when we get back.
Your particular fleet, it looks like you guys managed to break away in time compared to the others. The other crews don't look like they're doing too hot.
Yes. Let's
Kaiju fight.
yeah.
I like
what
have
we
my
need.
popcorn. I'm like, yes, giant manta ray. That's sick.
All right. Who else would like to do stuff?
Can I do stuff? Do I have stuff that I can do?
Mm.
Do I need to use the electroplasmic ammunition against this thing
If you
if I want to do anything to it?
yes, if you don't use it, then you would have less effect, basically.
Okay, then I'll use the fine long rifle, and I'll use the electroplasmic ammunition. And then I'm gonna push myself again, so I'm gonna have 7 stress.
Okay.
And then I'll do the sharpshooter rapid fire barrage thing with Hunt.
Amazing.
Okay, so what is this with? Okay, so is it risky still? Risky.
Yes, this is risky standard.
Okay. Does using the fine long rifle do anything?
Actually, okay, so the electroplasm would get you to standard. So using the rifle also gets you to great. So risky,
Super keep great.
risky great. Yes.
And then 1 bonus dice.
6. Perfect.
And
All
then
right.
Nice.
barrage.
Yeah, barrage of rapid fire. All right. Actually, since it's great effect, you're gonna end up filling the
Barrage.
clock. So, you see a bunch of crew members start heading to the back of the ship. They turn the harpoons that are on the back end of the ship towards the Leviathan, and they start shooting off just like spears and ballista and stuff at it. You take perch at one of the like higher deck sections, and you take out a pouch of very special electroplasmic ammo that you keep for special situations. You load it up, and between your rapid fire, emptying an entire clip of this whole bag of special ammo, it makes this very distinct, like almost like thunderclap sound every time you fire the rifle. And there's this like bright blue burst of light as the bullet just like zips out, because of how special this ammo is. So between that and the combined forces of the extra crew members firing off some spears from behind the ship, the Leviathan gives off this squeal of pain as it rotates. It's not necessarily that it's running away from you. It's almost like you guys, your attack managed to push it off course, and so it's no longer heading in a straight line towards you. You've like caused it to turn like 40 degrees to the left, and so now it's going. It's still going like full speed ahead, but it's not coming like towards you anymore. So you've successfully deterred the Leviathan. And
I make my way back to Iota. I'm like, maybe we should be like Leviathan hunters. This is pretty fun.
Hell yeah, this is sick. I love these giant monsters. And I'm like, that was like the coolest fire shoot gun thing that I've ever seen. I don't know anything about guns, but I'm gonna give you a high five.
Nico very enthusiastically returns it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is probably the happiest you've seen them.
nice.
Well, I for one, I'm glad that thing just. Well, good job. I never want to do this again.
This is fine. You guys did.
Next time, Lewis can come.
Sending
I'll
the other
handle
crew this
this.
time.
Yeah.
Nico and Iota go Leviathan hunting to cut loose.
Yeah, that's what we do now.
Amazing. I would love to see that RP'd. So your portion of the fleet seems to have successfully gotten away. You guys don't head back to town immediately. You sort of veer off course a little bit, make sure that the Leviathan has gone its distance away from you, and you end up circling back. You go check out the fleet that dealt with the manta ray. Is basically devastated. Almost none of the ships made it back. But looking at the other fleet that dealt with the large giant squid, that one seemed to fare a lot better. For whatever reason, it looked like it only used a small number of its tentacles in order to assault the fleet. So a couple got picked out of the water, but most of them were able to do okay. But the lead ship sort of gathers the remaining remaining ships to once everything has settled down, and the manta ray has left the premises. You guys do a sweep over the grounds, looking for survivors. It does. You do actually have to wait out quite a while, so you basically you like travel out for a couple hours, let the dust settle, make sure that the leviathans haven't come back for seconds. Take a long rest. But after you all regroup, you do a sweep of the place, pick up any lifeboats that may be there, grab some people out of the waters, and everything seems okay. So you begin to head back. Unfortunately, the wreckage left behind from this battle, I guess, has closed off the previous path that you had taken. So unfortunately, the fleet has to take a long way around. They have to continue further off into the waters before circling back around in order to make your way back to town, which is probably fine. You guys have prepared for a decent amount of time at water, so you're not hurting for supplies or anything. And as long as the Leviathans don't show up again, should be fine.
Will we?
Will you though? About
Don't say it like that.
you have to take about like a day's detour in order to make your way all the way around, and it's very unnerving. You, from what you understand, you were led to a new like hunting ground, and obviously it was a success. You found not just one but 3 whole leviathans. But the hunting ground is supposedly a lot like larger area of water than what you just encountered, and the detour that you had to take sent you deeper in before you were able to get out. But you would expect that whether intentionally or not, would have run into at least another leviathan or 2, slumbering or not, but you don't. And it's almost worrying. The crew gets very very uneasy, just because they know what the situation is like back home. They've gotten a decent haul of blood, and it should be able to keep them going for a little bit. But if 3 leviathans is all they found in what was supposed to be a very rich feeding grounds for these leviathans, it's not going to be enough to keep them going. So there's some murmurs across the boat as they continue the silent travel waters. But just as you're about to like finish your detour, the one of the guys up in the crow's nests calls out. You can see he's shining his lamp at a certain area. There on the port side, man overboard. And everyone starts running over to the side of the ship, and
That doesn't bode well.
you can see that there is a body floating in the water, face down. And it's odd because the waters have been calm, and you're pretty far away from where the battle was. So
Can I inspect this body before they bring it up? Just like through like a rifle scope or something.
Sure.
Just in case it's like, I don't know, we don't want to bring in something like messed up.
Yeah, you can roll a perception.
I mean, yeah, survey and study are both one for me, so.
Yeah.
I'll just do survey. Risky standard.
Yep.
Wow, I've rolled.
6. Wow. Very, very impressive. Okay, so you take a peek. They've let's see how do I describe this to you? I mean, it's hard to tell, like, from this distance, and it's in the water, but I'd say you did roll a 6, so it is a success.
We will know what it is. You cannot
Tell
stop
me
this.
everything.
Okay, I'll say you can't pick out too many details, but what you do notice is that the body is definitely not dressed in Leviathan Hunter clothes. So it doesn't look like it is a crew member of sorts.
Well,
Not like that.
poor idiot. Or why the fuck was this person here?
Yeah.
The middle of
Middle of nowhere.
yeah.
It isn't unheard of. Was I gonna say this? Like, non-Leviathan hunters trying to, so like basically like regular bounty hunters, or like noob sailors who definitely don't know what they're getting into, trying to do the whole Leviathan hunting thing, but not properly joining a crew, where they get in over their heads and like go out by themselves or with like a really basic ship. So it's possible that this is one of those things.
Could we have had like a stowaway? I don't know why anybody would want to hop on board, but
It's possible.
Do
But
we want to do that though?
what?
Okay. Did we? Is the guy just still floating?
they're starting to put out a
Oh,
little
okay.
raft thing to like, or not, what are those called? Lifesavers?
Like lifeboats, lifesavers.
Oh, the circle
Yeah,
things.
the little floaty thingy to like try and catch it on the body and like pull it up. And
Does it
Oh.
look like they're dead though, or does it look like they're
Well, they're floating face down, right?
Yeah, if you're
yes,
floating up like facing the water, I don't think there's
yeah?
and
Are they being
as
brought up to our ship or?
Yeah, they
uh,
fell off our ship, right?
it's they're closest to your ship, so you're the ship that's trying to get to it. And as they start pulling the body up, you start to hear shouts coming from the other ships near you. They're starting to you hear other calls of men overboard. And as you look as you look around, you start seeing more bodies appear in the water.
I don't like that.
They finally bring this body on board, and they kind of unceremoniously like toss it on the deck and try to examine it. And I'm assuming you guys will come over to take a look.
Yeah.
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 Um,
I'm gonna
as
keep a distance and just like have a gun out.
I don't think any of these people are medical professionals.
as
Yeah,
you
I am watching.
guys approach the body to take a look, it does appear to be dead. But
Pure.
looking at the body, it is much larger than your typical person. Probably more like if they were standing straight, they'd look to be about maybe 9 or 10 feet tall.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Um,
I hate that a lot.
and this getting a good look at the body, this immediately triggers recognition in Virgil and Holtz.
Oh, great.
Oh,
Oh
great.
no.
Yeah,
Why? Why?
you two were on the Skurlock job.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
This
Yeah.
reminds you a lot of Sitara. And
Uh, guys, do you remember that one job we don't talk
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
the one that you
remember.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having some serious flashbacks to that right now. I don't like the vibe from that thing.
Is there like an obvious cause of death on the body?
there is no obvious cause of death.
Can
Okay.
I attune to the ghost field and try to figure out what happened to it?
Go ahead and roll a tune.
Ooh.
Risky. Standard. And I only got one stress. I'm gonna push myself. Nice.
Ooh,
Oh, 3 6s?
3 6s. That's like a
Virgil,
super
what's
crit.
that?
I'm gonna roll
And
all
that
sessions.
vibe,
So.
like
Yeah.
that's the
It's a
total
super
opposite
crit.
of like that 2-2-3-2 from earlier.
No, the total opposite.
Yeah.
Justice.
All right, how'd it die?
Okay.
I want its whole life story in ghost form.
That's the thing. You attune to the ghost field and you try to figure out how it died. You try to sense any like lingering wisps of its life force, but there aren't any.
Huh.
And that's because it's not dead. It
Oh,
seems to
shit.
be
You guys?
it's in a slumber. It's almost like it's hibernating.
This asshole's taking a nap.
I don't know if we should have that on board.
And
Someone kick it.
I kick
Kick
it.
it to the ocean.
Kick it off.
Wait,
as
should we
you
actually kill it first?
Well, I already kicked it, so let's see how that goes.
Someone shoot it.
I shoot it while it's falling.
please roll your attack.
We're still at like the same stress and stuff, right?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
That's not great. Okay. I'm not gonna push myself. This is risky standard.
Yeah.
4.
4.
4. Okay. You shoot it, but it doesn't seem to, like, the bullet pierces, but it doesn't bleed.
Hmm.
And suddenly its eyes open. And then from the like all of the surrounding crew people immediately like half of them are like looking at you and they're like, dude, what the hell? What are you doing? And the other half
It's a
who
fucking demon.
were like staring at this thing, they all like suddenly jump back as it like wakes up, and you start hearing sounds coming from the other ships. You hear screaming coming from one
Oh,
of the
there's
ones.
there's more of this. Let's. What about we? How do we leave? Let's leave.
Yeah,
Where's the captain?
I'm okay with that.
We managed to kick it off, right? Or Virgil managed to kick it off.
You like shoved it off and you like shot at it. So this one's like sliding off the deck, and as it falls into the water, you notice that it kind of like melts. It like turns into water and
Oh, what the?
becomes one with the ocean.
Yeah, Captain. What's your nuts? What's your name? Reidner or something. Reidner. Yeah, we should probably get out of here.
All right. So, he yells up to the crow's nest, and they begin sending signals out to some of the other ships. Everyone starts to move forward, but you do hear some screams coming from certain ships. A couple people start, like, some people try to jump off of one of the ships, like, to your side. You can see some people jumping off, like, overboard as this, you see this, this one water demon, like, on top of it. He, like, raises his hand, and this giant pillar of water just comes shooting up from
Jeez.
underneath the ship. It splinters up through the ship, and it basically cleaves the ship in half. Just like this giant water gun, basically. And you hear this loud, like, omnipresent voice start to call out to you.
No.
Well,
get out of my
well,
head.
well. What are you doing here,
Are you
mortals?
Maleficent?
What are you doing here?
And Holtz and Virgil, you recognize this to be Tatara's voice.
Hey. Yeah. Can you leave?
These are my waters now.
What if
Wait,
you
where-
went and found new waters?
Don't antagonize the demon.
I'd like to see you try to get me out of here. And you can
I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just suggesting.
Virgil, you know that girl kicked your ass last time you met her, right?
I don't know. I kind of blacked out that whole night.
Yeah, is this the lady guys were talking about last time?
Yeah, maybe we should leave. You know, the demon says the waters are
Maybe it's
demons'
theirs.
waters. Maybe, yeah.
Her waters now. Yeah, let's go.
Hey, Captain. How's the leaving going?
So you guys all are going full speed ahead now, and as you try to make your way out, you can see behind you this sphere of water comes up from out of the water, the ocean, and it begins to take the form of a humanoid. And as the colors begin to resemble that more of something living, Virgil and Holtz, you see the familiar visage of Sitara as she just wordlessly points out towards the fleet in general, and you see all of these like eyeballs start to appear in the waters, and more
I
like
do not
puddles
like that. Can
begin
you
to
not do that?
come up, and these demons begin to form. And we
Yeah,
are
can you
on
not?
another chase scene.
Oh
Great.
my god.
What if we just get out of your hair? Metaphorical hair. We're leaving.
Said we're leaving. You don't have to chase us. We're already going.
All right.
We
Nice seeing you. Bye.
can we like talk about this? Like, you know, maybe just work this all out. Can I roll a consort?
Because she's your friend.
I mean,
Yeah, totally. We're friends.
We're clearly on very
Wink,
good
wink.
conditions with her.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like considering, especially the fact that she would remember you from the Skurlock job, I don't know that that would work so well. I would
Was this
say
one like his original demon?
yes.
Okay, this one.
I would, if you want to, I would say this would be a desperate less effect roll.
Less effect.
If you fuck up, you might die.
Literally.
I'm gonna push myself. Anyone want to help me?
Sure. It's only one stress to help, right?
Depending
you
on
cut
your
loose with him?
relationship clock.
I don't think I have a relationship with Virgil.
Why would you not?
Yeah, so just one stress.
Okay.
God damn.
Wow. 3 6s again.
3 6s.
That's a triple crit.
We got
That's-
away.
Turns around and leaves. These are our waters now.
The ocean is ours now. She
That
transfers ownership
is
to Virgil.
that is impressive.
Well, we can be nice and give her a little puddle somewhere.
Oh my god, Virgil, you have the pool now. You just need to add drugs to it.
I mean, this kind of dilutes it a bit, but I guess.
Well, you just need that much drugs.
Man, how do I play this?
She turns around and leaves.
I mean, yeah, like she sees that we're already running, right? So there's no reason to chase us, maybe?
Maybe she gets really cocky and thinks, I've beaten you guys before. What's the point of even trying again? I'm just gonna beat you. Easy.
Yeah,
Like we're not
She-
worth the effort.
I think she would. Yeah, because that's basically what Skurlock did to you last time. Is that he just beat you up and then let you go. So I think she would take a similar stance here. she'll fire off some attacks. She'll cause a couple like tidal waves and summon some like water pillars. She'll specifically not attack your ship, but she does wreck maybe 2 or 3 of the lagging ships in the fleet, and she just like summons her army of water demons behind her, and they all just watch you leave.
Cool.
I like to think that like while we were out on the waters after the hunt, like Nico and Iota were like talking about like, oh hey, we should like find another day to come out on the ocean again. And then now
this
Nico
happened.
just looked over at Iota and it's like, maybe we take a little rain check on the
Maybe,
next
yeah.
hunt.
Let's stick to ponds or lakes
Yeah.
for a while. Swinks.
So that went much better than I expected, I guess.
That's
You
a pretty lucky roll.
yeah.
Yeah. So many 6s.
She does not give chase, and you are left to lick your wounds and head back to town. The fleet is unfortunately significantly smaller than when it left, but your bleeding skills were quite efficient. So it seems that for the time being, you've got a decent supply for at least now. But now it seems that the Leviathan hunters have more things to worry about in the waters than just Leviathans.
Epic.
Great.
So that will be a completed score.
Hey.
We will call this one a victory. And
We are alive.
Better than getting our asses handed to us by Satara again.
yeah,
I mean, it was all fine until the demon.
Yeah.
yeah, basically.
It's going well. Then suddenly it wasn't.
Then yes,
Then plot happened.
but you still managed to make it out like without combat, so it worked.